I'm not a lawyer, but there was so much happening in the YSL trial today. So my day 7 recap is going to be my top 3 most ridiculous moments of the day. Number 1. Atlanta police officer McCasey came on the stand to testify about overt act number 114, which stems from September 5th, 2020, in which Young Thug's brother, whose name is Quantavious Greer, was found with a stolen weapon at a gas station. Now, context about Quantavious Greer is that in December of 2022, he accepted a plea deal for this RICO case. He was sentenced to 12 years, but credited with 2 years of time served, and then the remaining 10 years was supposed to be served on probation. But then in June of this year, Quantavious was found in possession of a weapon, which was a violation of his probation. So he was sent to jail to serve out the remainder of that 10 years. So Quantavious Greer has been in jail since June of this year. Okay, so back to Officer McCasey. He goes into the circumstances surrounding Quantavious Greer found with a stolen weapon.
Well, I was off duty. Like I said, I was just getting some gas. One particular vehicle struck my attention at the time, which was a red sedan. All of a sudden, a white sedan pulls up. The sedan parks next to the red sedan. All of a sudden, this older gentleman comes out of the store. He started cussing, using profanity, talking about he's gonna kill somebody.
What, if anything, you observed the occupants of that vehicle of the white sedan to be doing?
So the first time, the driver gets out the vehicle, approached the older male, and hands him a firearm. Mr. Greer exited out the same vehicle in the backseat passenger side and had a gun in his hand. So at that point, Mr. Greer puts the firearm in his waistband and sits back down in the vehicle. The driver walks back towards the vehicle, also sits down in the vehicle. At that point, the old male still, cussing. It seemed like he was under influence. He also began waving the handgun in the air, saying he's going to shoot all these motherfuckers. At that point, the driver then goes back out the vehicle, grabs the gun from the old man, and walks back to the vehicle. And that's when I see Mr. Greer get out the vehicle and start walking towards the income tax place.
Carlton Matthew, who represents Marquavius Huey, gets up to do the very awkward cross-examination. Let me remind you again that Quantavious Greer has been in jail since June of this year.
Can you look around the courtroom and tell me if you see Quantavious Greer in this courtroom?
He was sitting over there, but I don't know if he's sitting there now.
He was sitting over here today?
Looked like him that was sitting over there.
Can you point him out?
I don't see anybody now. I don't see him now.
You believe you saw Mr. Greer this morning?
Yes, sir.
Where did you believe you saw him sitting?
Next to the light-skinned dude.
The light-skinned dude? Okay. Did he have on a tie?
Yes, sir.
What color was the tie?
I'm not familiar with the color of the tie.
When did you see him in the courtroom?
They look alike. If that wasn't him, I'd have to see that person again. But let's see. Oh, no, that's not him. It looks like him. They favor.
Okay. You're talking about Attorney Gardner?
Yeah, they favor. They look like they be brothers.
Okay.
Okay, now the next clip I want to highlight is from another Atlanta police officer, but regarding the same incident. His name is Officer Thomas, and he was the charging officer for Quantavious Greer for the gas station incident. Officer Thomas gets on the stand and tells the jury what happened once he showed up at the gas station.
We detained the male. He got down on the ground and found the firearm in his waistband. We identified who he was and proceeded. Yes, I believe it's Quantavious Greer. That the firearm was a stolen firearm out of Clayton County.
Keith Adams does the cross-examination. Before I play this clip, let me remind you of what Officer McCasey said earlier.
At that point, the driver then goes back out the vehicle, grabs the gun from the old man, and walks back to the vehicle. And that's when I see Mr. Greer get out the vehicle and start walking towards the income tax place.
Okay, did you follow that? Now watch this clip of Keith Adams doing cross on Officer Thomas.
The gun, right?
Yes.
You charge Quantavious Greer with being in possession of a stolen gun, right?
I believe so, yes.
Now, the information that you had, though, right, was that he had gotten it, he took it away from the drunk guy who was waving it around, right?
That's what I believed at the time, yes.
Right, and the other information you had is that that drunk guy actually got the gun from the driver of the car, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You don't remember speaking to the off-duty officer who said that the driver is the one who came and gave the gun to the drunk guy. Drunk guy waves it around, and then the back passenger, Mr. Greer, got out of the car and took the gun from the drunk guy. You remember that's what she was told?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You know that the drunk guy was waving the gun around before Quantavious Greer took it from him, right?
Yeah, I know somebody was waving it around.
Right. So he was in possession of a stolen gun when he's waving that stolen gun around, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to object, Your Honor, to mischaracterization of the evidence.
I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna allow it.
3 people in possession of the gun. Driver, who gave it to the drunk guy, that's one. Drunk guy, who's waving around talking about, I'm gonna shoot y'all motherfucker. And Quantavious Greer. 3 people. I'm touching and being in possession of that stolen gun.
I was.
Hold on, wait a second. What's
Object, Your Honor, that is mischaracterization of the evidence and the testimony that's come out in this trial.
I think it's. I'm overruling the objection, Mr. Brown.
I wasn't there to see who had the weapon, who gave it to who. I just know that when I made contact with Mr. Greer, he had the firearm on him.
Child. I can't even do the third one. So I'll end with this clip that the camera picked up on somebody saying in the courtroom today.